My friends, let me first start off by just saying if this sound is a little bit bad, I apologize. I have to record this from a tablet. I'm out of town, so I don't have access to my computer. But hopefully, it sounds good enough. Just stick with me. Let's go over this as quick as we can. This is something, if you guys play Estela and you're not doing, you should definitely look into. I played a lot of Estela in the alpha and the beta. I had a 6-copy talent Estela in the beta right when she came out in the beta, so I spent a lot of time on her. And through the alpha and the beta with Estela, one of the biggest issues she had was her survivability. You know, she didn't really have any sustainability on healing herself and stuff like that, but a lot's changed since she came out in the full release, and I want to show you something, and that comes down to her mods, her artifacts. So these two here, Ring of Abundance, grants 48% potency to healing and overshields received. So when you think of that with Estella, a lot of it will slip your mind. You're just like, well, she doesn't heal like Tan does or Adel, so it doesn't really apply to her. But you're going to see where you're wrong if you've never looked at these mods. And you combo Ring of Abundance with Ring of Conversion. 80% of overflow healing from the wielder's own abilities is converted into an overshield that lasts 6 seconds. So if you didn't know, with Estela, her summons, when they attack, they heal back to her. And when you have these two working together, this is what happens. So I'm going to show you here. We're going to build up some summons here. So let's get a level 3 summon out. Now I want you to pay attention to our overshield bar down there as soon as these go out, right? So we're just going to throw one out. Watch what it does. Every time he attacks, we're getting like 500 overshield. Boom, right? So that's fantastic. Now, if you don't have full health, it'll of course start to heal you first. But these two together are what you want to use because it solves the issue that she had in the alpha and the beta when it came to survivability. Now, I believe the overshield, let's see if we can get rid of this guy. We're going to try it with a level 1 summon and see the difference. So if you didn't know, there's a big difference between what your summons do in terms of their attack, how much damage they do, and all that based on the level that they are when you build them up. So usually you want to have a level 3 out there if you can, but there's times where you may not be able to, and you have to throw out a smaller one, right? You just want to get some damage out there to cover the field and get enemies off you. This is extremely important when it comes to you doing stuff solo, because a lot of heat's going to be on you, especially when you get into the harder activities. So let's just throw a single one out there. So see, we get the same amount of overshield, like 500 some and change. But you see how slow he's attacking? Now let's check it out with this. See the difference here with your summons. So that's just basically what I wanted to let you all know. A big part of her survivability now is these two artifacts, and they play a big part in her survivability. It will change the game for you if you feel like you're dying a lot with Estella, things of that nature. And then you can look into the actual attributes that you have. Of course, the ones I have on here aren't the greatest. You can see the game will tell you that healing bonus, shield boost, ranged, and defense are the best, right? You can go with that if you want. A lot of the times, those may not actually be the build that you want. If you get something like overshield bonus, You can see grants 21% additional overshield health upon overshield acquisition. Gain tier 4, which is mine's at, gain a 7.7 overshield lasting 10 seconds every 25 seconds. So something like that can help you get an overshield when you're transferring between areas, stuff like that. So that may be something you want. Healing bonus. You get a little bit extra health there when things happen. So pay attention to those. I know a lot of us, when we get our first exotic artifacts, when you're starting to build your character up and you start getting these exotic artifacts, you just take what you get and you start investing into it, which is fine in the beginning because you're trying to get the power that they give you to get up to different power requirements for different activities in the game. But you also really want to start focusing on attributes that make your character better. So just again, if you haven't tried these two, Ring of Abundance and Ring of Conversion, I highly suggest you go and farm a couple, even if they're just mythic ones to start off with, just so you can see how it changes the game for her. And the other two, her offensive ones that I'm using here, we're just using Bellicose Pact. Of course, we want to beef up our summons. That's the main part of her kit, are those summons. So that just gives them extra damage. And we got this one as well. Cast Signature Abilities grants summons 40% attack damage. So that's the combo I'm running with. Do what you want, but I highly suggest you check out these two here if you haven't been already, my friends. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be putting out more Destiny Rising content here coming on, as it's a game that I've been waiting for to come out in full release to start doing videos on. We took a long break from other games from Destiny 2 because it got really stale. So we're back. We're going to be doing Destiny Rising stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.